Oh, I love that we get an anime cutscene for this.
Do it now! You're damn right I will! Hey, Empyrean! The Lord of Calamity is here! Wake the hell up!
Wake the hell up. I love that. It's like bringing on bitch all over again. Is this the intro to Jimmy Neutron?
What was that? The elemental Empyreans have awoken.
We are free. We will no longer be your tools.
Oh dear, what's happening?
Yeah, beat it, losers. Oh, hey.
You saved us, Mogulu. Thanks. If you hadn't thrown Melchior off balance, we'd all be dead.
I settled my own affairs, nothing more. But if you want to thank me, I accept gifts.
I take it back.
He couldn't hurt those flowers. Was that his oath?
No. That old fool loved flowers more than anything else. Far more than he did any living human. That's all there was to it.
I suppose even a legate can never fully control his heart.
Same goes for a witch. Sometimes living can be the hardest affliction. Have the 4 elemental Empyreans awakened?
Who knows? But anything that would sleep through that isn't worth our time.
Better watch your mouth or they'll smite you. I can feel a shift in Inominat's domain.
Yeah, all 4 of them have awoken. Inominat has been pushed out from the Earth pulses.
Humanity's amplified resonances will diminish, and many Malachim will regain their free will. The Exorcists will likely lose a good chunk of their forces.
Eleanor, have you lost your ability to fight too?
Sorry to disappoint, but I can still see you. Evil demons, Malachim, and witches alike.
You know where he is.
I can feel him. His body has left the Earth pulses. He's somewhere above the Empyrean's throne now. Artorias is with him. However, Inominat is pushing back against the other Empyreans with incredible force.
If the 4 are defeated, we'll lose our last chance. No time to waste.
Let's go. It's time to end this.
Yeah.
It's time to end this after doing some side quests and getting those color variants. Surely the Empyreans can wait for that. Because that's very important. Oh man, great stuff. I love that moment of the Empyreans waking up. Now I know that Melchior hates stepping on flowers. Exactly, the one weakness.
The mountain doesn't appear to be erupting. Or doing anything else, really. I'd say that's a relief.
Were Melchior's claims only a bluff?
I'm not convinced. Most of his threats had as much truth in them as he could muster.
With the 4 Empyreans revived, the land is awakened. Changes in the Earth that once took eons will now happen in a few hundred years.
A few hundred years?
The mountain will erupt, but not for a long while.
A long while to a human, maybe. But compared to the history of the land, it'll be a blink of an eye.
But Inominat is the Empyrean of suppression. Who can say what will happen when we kill him? Well, it's not like I care anyway.
I think we should care.
Melchior sure was strong, wasn't he?
Yeah. If it weren't for Magilu's help, we wouldn't have stood a chance.
But you saw the opening she gave us and took it.
Did you want to be the one to finish him off?
If it mattered to me, I'd have fought him alone. We all had our reasons to fight him. The opportunity just happened to be yours. That's all there is to it.
I understand.
If Melchior had only manipulated Ifrid for personal reasons, then that would be settled now. But he was acting based on his idea of reason. That creating a world without malevolence was worth the cost of destroying people's free will. Ifrid won't be avenged until I destroy that very philosophy.
Your business with the Abbey isn't done.
Not even close. You all could just sit around twiddling your thumbs, and I'd still take the heads of Artorias and Inominat on my own. If you want to be the ones to finish them off, you'll have to beat me to it.
You're on.
I'll fight with everything I've got. That's all I can do.
That's plenty.
Yo, Lava said should finish them off because he said that.
I really don't mean to pry, but I've gotta know. Does it feel good to pinch all those souls out from your stomach?
That's kind of a gross way of putting it.
I have to agree with Velvet. The way you put it sounds so inappropriate.
I'm pretty sure that was her point.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Why so cranky? I was only asking to see if you were getting hungry or not.
Then ask that in the first place.
Are you? Hungry, that is.
I do feel hungry, now that you mention it, but I don't think it has to do with losing those souls.
Then why is it?
Maybe my appetite is increasing as Inominat's suppression weakens.
Yeah, I'm suddenly feeling hungry myself.
My stomach could start growling at any moment.
I have been thinking of nothing but delicious things to eat for a while now.
I bet Magilu only brought it up because she's feeling peckish herself.
No, that's not the reason at all.
That settles it then. When we get back to the ship, you can take guard duty while we eat.
I'll make a quiche and pudding.
I'll cook up some penguin and tomato stew.
Ooh, I'd love to try your cooking, Madame Eleanor. Let's get back to the ship.
Getting all fired up about food. I would never... I would kill for a big bowl of sweet Calegian-style borscht!
Then go find me some peaches.
Why peaches?
Because you can't have Calegian borscht without peach pie for dessert.
I will have to take Velvet's word for it. I've never tried borscht. Anyway, East Entrance. That was an interesting skit. Alright, we got some stuff to do. We're gonna go to the Empyrean's throne, activate, like, all the final cutscenes, because that's the only thing that unlocks all the side quests. So we are gonna actually just enter it. I tried to grab a yak to see how it tasted. Tried to grab a yak to see how it tasted, knocked me back on my back. You know, when I'm beaten, I promise to take good care of them.
Glad to see you made it back in one piece, Velvet.
I'm here on orders from the boss to help you guys out.
We could certainly use it. How are things back in the city?
I came here from Helives, so I don't know how far the suppression has progressed. But I can tell you that the Abbeys designated the area north of Helives as a Class 4 administrative zone.
Which means they've pulled their forces out of the area.
What about the people of Mercio?
Everyone got out safe and sound, although they did petition for the extermination of the Lord of Calamity.
Of course.
I say we make this town our new hideout. When else are we ever gonna find a hideout that comes with hot springs?
That's a good idea. We should leave Kamoana and the others here.
Dial, could you stay and help them out?
As if you even had to ask.
Well, that's surprisingly reliable for you, Dial.
Hey, that hurts. Now get going already. Benwick and the crew are making preparations in Helives right now. Hey, Rokuro, how'd the showdown with your brother turn out? I killed him. But I couldn't break Stormhowl. Is that because Stormhowl was an even stronger sword than Kuragane's? No. Even with Shigure's full strength behind it, Stormhowl didn't even leave a nick in Kuragane's blade. If I didn't have this sword, I'd be dead now. I think I just couldn't break Storm Howl because I'm still too inexperienced. But you won the match, didn't you? Yeah, but only by combining my techniques with Kurogane's craftsmanship. If that's the case, then as long as you're wielding it, that sword is Stormquell. After all, Kurogane's sword did quell the Godblade's raging storm. Do you think Kurogane would agree? Are you kidding? You know how stubborn that guy is. He'd just say he'd forge something even stronger the next time. And that's why I say you shouldn't be satisfied with how you are either, Rokuro. I know. I'll find even stronger opponents to cut down. By my hand, Kurogane's Stormquell will become even more legendary than Storm Howl ever was. That's the spirit! Show him what we demons can do!
The subtitles for one of those lines did not match. This is where Berseria's typos come in. For a lot of the post-game side quests. Oh wait, no, we have to go to the Code Red person first. Hi, Medusa. Decided we should stay in the town for a while. I think it'll be safer this way. $30K. Nice. Let's rest at the inn. We'll get a skit right here.
Grimoire, could we talk?
You sound so serious, like it's the eve of the final battle.
Well, isn't it? Can't you let yourself get caught up in the moment for a change?
Getting caught up in the moment is for young, foolhardy lovers. So, what is it you want to talk about?
I just figured I should drop by since, well, like I said, the final battle with Innominat is coming up and all.
Ugh, you're talking like you're saying your last goodbyes.
It's just that we're up against a lot. Even Miss Mogulu doesn't know what the future holds for us, and she almost always has that stuff figured out.
Whether she has it figured out or not, it is our lot in life to follow our vessels and fight to the very end.
That's what I've always thought, so I just dealt with Miss Mogulu's craziness up till now. But she's never thanked me for it. No, good job, Bienfu. No, I'm glad I'm your vessel. Not even something like, I'll introduce you to a cute girl when it's all over. It'd be nice to hear a little gratitude from her, even just once.
Surely you know she's not the type to do that sort of thing, though, yes?
That's all the more reason to want just one brief glimpse at who she is underneath.
If you're so unhappy, it's not too late to switch back to the Abbey's side and become an informant again.
What's the point in that? I don't know anything they'd want, and they wouldn't have any use for me there.
So you lack confidence in your own abilities.
Miss Mogulu has let me come with her wherever she went, and her talents have gotten us this far. But now that we have to fight Innominat, I'm worried. I don't know what use I can be for her, or if I can keep her safe.
But you'll still go, won't you?
Yeah, of course! Or else my name isn't Norman Brave!
See, you can do this. You've been keeping Mogulu safe this whole time. With all the emotional pain she's been through, she's needed someone as thick-skinned and tenacious as you. She may talk like she doesn't care, but she wouldn't have tracked you down and renewed your pact if she didn't.
When you put it like that, bien! All right, you've convinced me.
That's right. You just trust in old Norman therapist's good advice. It won't steer you wrong.
Wow! I'd have never expected you to actually make a joke like that, Grimoire.
I just thought I'd get caught up in the moment like you wanted.
Can I make like a Norman trade? What if we like trade Bienfu for Grimoire? We could just send Bienfu to some river somewhere and just have Grimoire as our Malakim instead, as our Norman. Didn't match is an understatement. Welcome to late game Berseria. Specifically the side quest. The main story, like the main story has like a few typos, but it's not that bad. The side quests are like the side quests and optional skits, like the late game side quests and optional skits are like so bad. They're like that bad. Some of them. Ooh, some dialogue. the localization for this game was really rushed. Like, they rushed like the localization and the translation, so I think they wanted to meet like a certain deadline, which is why they rushed it. Hence why it doesn't match at all. It's just like, it's like as bad as that one wedding side quest in Tales of Arise. But there's multiple of them.
You there, Exorcist! Do you know what happened to the Praetor, Lady Teresa? She used to be in charge here. Lady Teresa is the only one who can restore law and order in our town. Please, send a message to the Abbey. Tell them that the citizens of Helives are awaiting her return. Even if the Lord of Calamity herself were to attack, I won't budge until Lady Teresa returns to us.
What will refusing to move accomplish?
If my life is in danger, I know Lady Teresa will come to save me. Her, and that ice-cold glare of hers.
Teresa won't be coming back.
What?
If you really love Teresa, you shouldn't rely on her to protect you. You should become strong enough to protect her.
Whoa, that burning glare of yours. I think I like it.
Wait, what?
This guy doesn't even know Teresa's dead, my goodness. Madam Exorcist, would you tell me your name? I'm Eleanor Hume. Madam Eleanor, I will speak frankly, for my heart commands it so. I love both you and Teresa. Oh no, Eleanor just made the Teresa lover an Eleanor lover. Oh dear. Eleanor probably shouldn't have said anything. Her heart belongs to Rokurou.
We're planning evacuation routes. We need to be ready if the Calamity or demons show up in town.
When the Calamity attacked the first time, there was massive confusion. Some children got hurt in all the madness. We're preparing evacuation boats, so that we can all flee out to the sea if anything happens.
It's a good idea, but it will be hard to evacuate the entire town by boat. You'd best prepare a land route too.
That's a good point. But wouldn't a land route run the risk of being attacked by demons?
Yes, you'll need to guard it as heavily as you do the city gates. It would be best if you could devise a way to prevent demons from intercepting the escape route, but...
Some of the exorcists lost use of their Malachim. We can't count on the Abbey's garrison to help us.
I'll send a request for aid to the Abbey. But please, don't give up. Try to think of something.
Of course. There's no way we'll give up. You can't rely on someone else to protect you.
Can you really ask the Abbey for help?
I can send a Sylph-Jade to some of my old friends from when I was still in training. Even if they refuse to trust a traitor like me, they won't ignore the plight of the people here in Helives.
This is where our families live, the town's ours to protect. Gotta turn out alright somehow. We'll do whatever it takes to be sure of that. Should hire Mia to translate better. I mean, like, it's really only a problem in this game and Arise. Maybe some others. I'm not one to be like, hey, there's this one error, like, oh, there's this one word that they didn't say in the cutscene. Like, if it's one word or it's like a typo, I'm not one to be like, hey, that's bad translation. I understand, people make mistakes. Like, there are errors. I'm not expecting perfect, but that sentence with Dial and Rokurou, the sentence with Dial and Rokurou, that's like, what on earth is that? Like, that didn't even match remotely. Like, that's not even close to how it was. Like, that's like something where I'm like, yeah, I don't accept this. Like, how could you screw up on something like that? Like, that's a little too far. Hacker's Memory and Cyber Sleuth have bad translations. I haven't played those in a minute.
Hey, how long are you going to sit there crying? You can't be a fisherman if you're afraid of some Lord of Calamity.
The demons that wrecked this town are still alive. Who knows when they'll show up again?
How about right now?
Sniveling idiot! Keep whining like that, and this Calamity whatever will keep walking all over you!
But what can we do? We can't even defeat a single demon.
That's why we take our boats, catch some fish, and make sure we've got enough food to keep on surviving. Didn't they drill anything into that fool head of yours in school? Ugh. Do I have to knock some sense into you? Get up and get the boat ready!
That is one hot-headed dad.
Too hot for any demons to get near. That's for sure.
Time for me to do my job. I'll catch something to fill the townsfolk bellies and put them in the mood to work. To work, you need to eat right. You need to eat right, never mind anything else. That's a fact we can count on. You know what? I'm gonna play Slash Beat for a bit. Since I've been doing some enhancing.
Here I come.